What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in today. I got an exciting unboxing to dig into for you guys. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'd love to have you here. And before you head out, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate everyone. Really helps push the videos out there so more people have a chance to check them out. Feel free to let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So I had already started the unboxing. I was going to just do it out of the mailer. I wasn't sure what was in the package. I thought this could be it. And they had it sealed up, saran wrapped again with bubble wrap, and it's still sealed up in saran wrap. So they definitely packaged it very well, to say the least, but I have not been into it yet. I had a lot of trouble getting into it. So I figured we would just do it from here. It is what I thought. And guys, I'm sure this knife has, been around a little bit, but this is a knife that looks awesome, guys. I mean, just a very unique design, and it looks extremely well made. CMB is known for some very unique and high quality items. We get a little sticker there and maybe another sticker and information, and then we have our COA card there, which we'll take a look at in a moment if we need to, but I don't think we will. We have a zippered pouch here with a microfiber cloth, very nice microfiber, very nice pouch, and it's got this nice padding on the inside. Caution, very sharp here. So this is a knife I've been talking with them about back and forth, and I just thought this looked amazing. Very unique, very different, but I think going to be exceptionally well made. So after all that blabbing, this is called the CMB Devourer. And just take a look at this thing. Very, very unique. I've seen it in some photos and maybe one video, but this is the first I've ever handled it. It's definitely going to be a good size. We got some thumb discs here, and then we have a front slash kind of top flipper there. Let's get this thing opened up here. Okay, it's got pretty good springs on the first open there. Nice sheep split style of blade. Love that. Nice little tumble finish to it as well. Going to take wear and tear very easily, very nicely. It's going to blend in with that. Sheep splits, if you're just coming into the community and you're really used to drop points or spear points, clip points, tantos, which that's where I come from, that area. Sheep splits and worn clips were kind of very secondary to me. But over the course of time, I've also integrated Wharncliffe and sheepsplit blades almost more than anything else, just because they are so useful. No, they're not going to be the best at like puncturing, and some of them can be, like this guy here will be decent at puncturing. Growing up in the knife time that I did, knives were all about tactical. That's what everything was about. While I was growing up, going through high school, it was about the tactical knife or the hunting knife. That was pretty much what it was all about. So a lot of people around in that time still kind of carry those traits of a pokey, stabby, maybe serrated even type of blade, because that was very, very common. Those discs work very good. I'm not used to stuff like that, but they make that very easy to kind of transition. It's just kind of an oversized stud, and it's got layers to it, so it's real easy to get right underneath of it for the thumb flick. For the reverse flick, that's got a pretty, you got to give it a little something, something. You ain't just going to, you ain't going to just kind of willy-nilly flick this thing out. So that's great. We have a top flipper here, and that works good as well. Nice and strong on the springs. Now I do notice this area here, that could If you land in there, that could, but typically you want to try to aim for over top of the knife, similar to that. We also have a fuller there that you're going to be able to use all day long for that reverse flick. As far as steel choice goes, I believe they went with M390, which we can pull it up there. M390, which is fantastic. CMB is a company I've looked at many of their knives. I've had quite a few, bought quite a few, checked out other loaners, and they're all very well done, from their $50 knives all the way up to their $200 or $300 knives. I know they, dabble in that price range, and I believe this will be up there as well. I'll have CMB down in the description. You can head over there, check them out, see what they have to offer. They have a ton of these as far as variations goes, which for the most part, I think that's how they roll. They like to put out a couple different variations. I think they have uncoated, they have coated, and then there's a couple different choices for the steel as well. And as you can see, this is more of like a blue wash titanium, a tumbled blue. As far as the pocket clip, it's going to be a lot like a standard milled clip with maybe even a tiny bit more. Let's check it this way. So we typically look to be at a 1/2 inch or under, and this is just over a 1/2 inch. So it's not a huge alarming thing that it's over that by a little bit. The good thing about that is, though, if you plan on making this a user, you're going to be able to get this out of the pocket very easily because you have so much surface area there. Now, I think they could have maybe done this a little bit different to make it carry a little deeper. Maybe not a whole lot, though. Maybe kind of shrunk this area up. But I think as it sits, it flows with the knife. It looks really good. It looks really clean. The retention is very well done on there. Going to be right hand carry only for this particular one. The button there is going to be recessed and very, very nice. It's almost scooped in there. Might be able to tell it's got a nice little indent, so it's very easy to kind of find it and disengage it. It sits in that little pocket there. And then we have all kinds of stuff going on with this knife, from the blade all the way down through the handle here. Nice little titanium backspacer with some dimpling. We have a nice hidden lanyard post there for the lanyard brothers. And then you can see all the different layering on this titanium, all the milling work that has went into it, the speed holes, if you will, that has went into it, all the various cutouts. And so there's not, I was going to say, I thought there was some internal milling, but I think that is going to be considered all the weight relief for this knife. And then you have this intricate cutout, or this triple cutout here, including that one makes 4 nice cutouts that round into a fuller there at the very end. Little swedge that goes into another mini swedge there that goes down to the tip. Just a lot of people will complain that there's nothing new, nothing unique out there anymore. And then when a company or a designer does something like this, those are the first people to complain that it's different. That's one thing I've noticed. You complain that there's nothing new and that sort of thing, and then something new that's well built in good materials comes out. It's a lot different, but still going to be very functional. With this blade shape, with this size, it's going to carry good. The ergos feel pretty good. I would say it's going to vary on your hand size, though, of course. But having an XL sized hand, which I would say is probably close to average for most dudes sitting around a large or XL glove. And in my hand, in this kind of choked back grip, That's extremely comfortable. And then you can kind of roll up on this flat area here and get right up behind that edge. And all two of my fingers sit kind of in that area, and then one there. It's not so over pronounced that if you land anywhere in here that it's going to be uncomfortable. Everything's nicely softened down. So yeah, I don't mind the little changes and swelling going back here towards the handle at all. It feels good in hand. Now, extended use and time will tell us. And then it's cool here underneath the pocket clip, you can see they recess out a little bit extra under there, and that's going to aid getting this in and out of pocket, which is another nice design touch. We're going to start seeing that a lot more, where instead of it being completely flat with the rest of the scale under the pocket clip, we're going to start seeing more companies, more designers start doing that in different ways, basically recessing under that clip, which is going to make this thing ride into the pocket a lot easier. Why don't we go ahead and we'll see what kind of edge CMB threw on this guy. So we have a standard piece of paper here. I'm going to be interested to see how that lock holds up. And yeah, that bad boy is nice and sharp. We're out of telephone book paper for now. I can go get some more. Our post office has tons of them, but I'm taking a little break from them because they piss me off. But yeah, this has a great edge on it. I don't feel any flaws. Feels great. And that's another thing, at least in my experience, CMB always does a great job on their edges and the geometry of their blades, for the most part. So we got our Devourer, we have our Spine Whacker. Let's go ahead and we'll see what this thing is hitting for. We are centered and there's no lashing in there. Crossbar locks are known more to have that lashing effect, if you will, which is not an issue on a crossbar lock. That's just the nature of the game. They can only make that resistance so much, right? But with a button lock, that is very good. There's no pulling out, no lashing. As far as pivot lashing, movement around the pivot, there is none. And then when we are locked up there, nice and solid. There's no movement up or down. I can get it to kind of move a little bit if I really wrench on it, but that's more, it looks more like just the entire blade's moving than anything in there. I typically put my thumb here so I can feel, and there's no movement in there. It's mainly out here on the blade. So very good. We have positive lockout. Let's test this thing out and see what happens there. That's a good sign. Give it one in the middle. And we'll do one more for good measure. Good. Really good. Love to see it. Never had a button lock from CMB, at least not that I'm aware of or remember. And this is definitely in their premium line, guys. So if you're looking at this, this is not going to be, you know, if you're used to the Predator and some knives like that, this is going to be in, you know, 2 classes above that, if you will, at least a class above that, and for very good reason. All the different details of this knife take a lot of time. If they just kept this all smooth, one layer, you know, just a normal blade, no cutouts, no nothing, I don't think they would be charging what they are. I don't know the price tag off the top of my head, but like I said, I'll have it linked down below. And I gotta say, huge shout out to CMB again for sending this in for all of us to check out, because this thing just really catches my eye. Something that's unique and different that's still going to perform knife duties well. I'm all for it. Love this type of thing, this different look. You know, is this always my aesthetic? No, it's definitely not, but it's something that I will gravitate to on occasion. And in the occasion of this knife, this definitely could be a home run here. Little bit of stick is developing there, but that is bound to work itself out. Could be oil, little bit of debris, could just be the tolerances in there and it just needing a little break in, but it's nothing that is overwhelming. You could just get a little click, and I actually would prefer if they could do that always, just a little click. I prefer that, but I know that's not probably possible. But very nice, very solid, comfortable, great shape, great materials. Couple of opening methods with the fuller and the studs and the front flipper. Nice strong springs. Yeah, I'd say they have themselves a fantastic, unique design here. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the new CMB? Love hearing from you guys. Let me know what you think of CMB as a company. Love hearing your thoughts on the new knives and on the companies as well. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Always appreciate that, everyone. If you're new here, we release videos just like this one every single day. Hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell. I'd love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I'll throw up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.